So, this is a anxiety-related video, and this is just a ramble about my thoughts about the hell. Sorry, ADD. No, this is not about ADD. It's about anxiety, and just some thoughts about society and all that jazz. And I just want to put my thoughts out there because I was writing them down, but I feel vlogs really help me express myself. So, yeah, I always wonder, you know, most of my friends, most people I know have some sort of mental health disorder or disease. Some people refer to it as, and so many people, that I know have gone through evaluations and um, medications, and I've been through that shit too. I've had medications, gone through therapy, didn't like it. I'm not on medication anymore, and I've gone through a lot of depression that I felt like I couldn't control. I've been suicidal, and it's true. Like, I'm not gonna brag about that because it's fucking lame. This is really serious. And I know a lot of people who've also tried suicide from being depressed and all that. And my fucking cable is dying. My laptop needs to be plugged fucking. So I'm gonna do that. Probably see my boxers. Whatever. But yeah, I always wonder, why do so many people have some sort of condition? Why do a lot of people deal with anxiety and depression? And I feel that it's just how our society is, because when you think about it, and I've been watching a lot of documentaries about mental illness and history, and is it the brain imbalance, the chemical imbalance? Is it hereditary? There's things that some scientists can't get yet. But I feel a lot of it. You don't even need researchers to say. I feel that it's just how technology and society and things have affected us and our world and how we live and all that. You know, we live in cities now, like, since, like, the world population's just, like, gone up since, like, what, the 40s or the 50s. I don't know everything for sure. These are just my opinions. But population's huge part when it was like fucking 1500 and there was farms and shit. But we have cities now. We pack every one of these little containers, apartments. I live in one. I live in the city. I live near, sirens go down my street all the time. I was born in the city. Um, you know, we are put in public schools with other kids that, like, we're just all put together, and we don't know we don't know our emotions, we don't know how to stand up for ourselves. And fucking teachers don't give a shit. They're not paid for that. They're not paid to be parents. They're paid to tell them that a number makes you successful. Number is what determines you're smart. And when you fail something in school, kids will say you're dumb. And that's what happened to me. I always felt that I never did well in school because I was too much of a free spirit. I was just letting my soul take me over and doing all my art and shit, and that's what I felt I could do best. I couldn't fucking, like, read a book and then write a test about it, because I know I would forget that stuff like 10 years later and wouldn't be useful anymore. You know, and numbers, like, society's taught us that numbers define you as a person, and having this kind of family and a car and a mortgage and, like, all these things and going on these many vacations, this is what defines you as successful, and it's just fucking bullshit. And that's why I'm very, like, I'm anti-society, because all these things are taking away what is sorry, what is taking away from what we are. We're humans, and we have, it depends, like, what your religion is and what your spirituality is. I'm a very spiritual person. This is why I see it this way, is that takes away from what we are. We're humans. We have this energy, and it needs to flow around, and we need to express ourselves. And we can't close down that. We all music or art or literature or gardening or something that everyone has an outlet. Like I really believe everyone has something that defines them because they're special and that. Fucking my battery. Holy crap. Okay. That's good now. Everyone has something that defines them. And me, I love art. It is my life. It's like the thing that holds me together. It's gotten me through a lot of things. Without it, I would just feel like an empty shell. And I believe everyone should be practicing and holding on to something that they have as a gift. And with this whole pressure of society to have this job and pay all these bills, and why can't we just fucking go back to the forest and have our survival instinct and just hunt? And we don't need to slaughter like a bazillion animals for our burgers. We just need to have some berries and kill maybe like one deer and salvage all the parts and everything. I really believe in that, and I just don't believe in fucking all the animals that we slaughter. And like I was watching this documentary about like sharks and their fins get chopped off, so Chinese can have it for $100. Like they have $100 bowl soup made with the shark fins, and these sharks that cut off alive. Like, do we really need that? Like, you can live without McDonald's. You just need like a little bit of chicken, a little bit of veggies, which grow on a freaking tree. You don't need like all this fine cuisine. You don't need that stuff. Which is why I love having clothes and makeup and all that stuff. That stuff's fun. But if I had a bazillion dollars, I would still want to live in a little house, a little apartment. I would not need all those luxuries, and I don't need that stuff. And yeah, so I feel that there's just all this pressure now. And I don't know if it's hereditary. I have a lot of family history of issues, but just the insanity of all this makes us insane. But sometimes I wonder, people who have anxiety and depression, the crazies, I wonder if we're really sane and that society is insane, because I find a lot of people who struggle with anxiety and depression have creative outlets. They do makeup, they do YouTube, they do art, they are singers, songwriters. Friggin' me, I struggle a lot. I do tons of paintings, tons of art. It just helps me. People like Johnny Depp, I believe he's borderline personality disorder. People like Corey Taylor, he's friggin' amazing vocalist. He can just do the growling, and then he can do the beautiful sad song, and he's BPD as well. And I find that people would label them they're BPD. That means they're crazy. There's something wrong with them. But they're so creative and so talented, and they just let themselves flow. So I know that's just my take on that. And if I'm too rambling, it's because it's very, very, very late, and it's really a chance, so I keep drinking. But yeah, sometimes I wish that I was born on the farm and I could just have my survival skills to hunt and make a little food, have a little house, away from the grid, away from the city, just do my paintings. And I wish sometimes, I feel like that would be a really good life for me, even though I would get lonely. But I just feel that the pressures of life sometimes are just too much, and I feel that, we're not, as humans, we're not meant to be clumped together, we should be spread out. And, I always wonder if all the population was spread out, not contained in these little cities, would we be nicer to each other? Because, when you're in a room, when you're like, you're full of people, you feel overwhelmed. There's just so much there. But if you're in a room with 3 people, you might be able to be like, hey, how's it going? Like, you might be more friendly. I like always wonder about that. So yeah, if you guys have any opinions or comments, let me know.